Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome everybody to the Uptown Car Club. Today, myself, Coach K, and DJ Mars, we're going to share with you how we got to this point that we are today. We're going to talk about cars. We're going to open up for all questions so you guys can really and truly understand what this car club is all about. About a year ago, a little less, a little more, I'm not really sure, I can't remember. I started posting different cars with BBS rims. I'm from New York City. I grew up going to Harlem as a young guy, and I used to always see when I was in Harlem all these different guys, and they got all these beautiful cars and BBS rims and all of them. So I just started posting them on my Instagram page, and I started recognizing that, wow, I wasn't the only one that really liked this, and there were other people who were into it just as much as I was, if not more. And little by little, I could see that the numbers were rising on the likes, the comments were getting stronger, and I started getting some DMs. My best friend, Anthony Richards, he and I started speaking about it, and I started sharing it with him, and I was like, I think there's an opportunity here that I never even thought about. And the opportunity was, it's kind of twofold. One, it's people who really like the classic cars, but two, actually it's threefold. Two, it's people who like the lifestyle, because for us or anybody who was into it back in New York during that time, it was more than just about the cars. It was about everything that went with it. It was how you dressed, how you walked, how you talked, the people you hung out with, and the places that you went. And so when we created this car club, we thought about all of these things in parameter. So I talked to my best friend, Anthony, and I told him, I said, I think we should start a car club. The first person that I thought about to bring on board was DJ Mars. This man has sold probably 100 bikes within the last year and just came out of nowhere. So I reached out to DJ Mars and I told him what I was thinking, and he was like, hell yeah, I like that idea. I want in. So Mars, I just want to go ahead and pass it over to you, and you kind of chime in a little bit and tell your thoughts. Get off mute. You're on mute.
Okay. Y'all can hear me now?
Yes.
All right. So like Biddy said, it was really osmosis, right? So you're thumbing through, and I'm seeing this pattern. Like the pattern is he's posting these cars, and it's like, yo, like let's say one day it was a 850, then it was a 325, then it could have been a Range Rover, then it was a Volkswagen. So I hit him like, yo, I see what you're doing. Whatever it is, I want to get in. Shit, I like cars too. I'm a DJ. This is what it is. So I hit him. It was like, yo, let's move this into something. And so we started, me, him, and Ant. That was, I guess, the first conference call, right? And we started to talk about different ideas and whatnot. And everything we were saying was complementing what the other person was saying. Like the fact that this is a car club that encapsulates lifestyle as well. Like from the beginning, that idea was manifested from the very first conversation, and strictly rooted in, for lack of a better term, East Coast classics, 80s, 90s classics. So, as a kid, you sit back and you're seeing what's going on in hip hop, and you're seeing these fly cars and whatnot. Really, so what we're doing as adults is taking that energy that we loved in the 80s and in the early 90s, and we're doing it now. The goal originally is to create a club that adults our age can come and be involved with and have a good time. So in addition to the cars, we have this incredible calendar that we got going on for the year of 2021 and beyond. But everything centers around the cars and the culture. So when I say the culture, there's going to be a musical component, a fashion component. I saw cats at the very first event. Their cars was fresh and the outfit was just as fresh and whatnot. So just to give you guys some, some viewpoints into what the club is about. That's exactly it. But it started with Biddy posting the cars. Then I saw the cars, and like you guys saw, I saw the cars. Like, yo, I got to get involved. Boom. That's it.
Okay, so that's where DJ Mars came on board. I think what was extremely interesting was by this time we had added Miller came to a meeting, and in the midst of this, I see Coach K on Instagram, and he liking all the joints and he loving. I'm like, damn, okay, Coach K like this shit. So what I didn't know was Coach K's history that goes with this, and I believe that Coach K and we ended up getting a conversation, and he told me, I love this shit, my nigga. This shit right here, I want to be a part of this. And I was like, my mouth was open. I'm like, oh man, Coach K gets on? We out of here. Out of here. And I just want to say, I want to say something. My friend, his name is Antoine. He has started Feds Magazine. And last week we were together. And he said to me, it's very rare, Biddy, that in the early stages of somebody creating something new and different, that you get a person that has real stature, that's willing to jump on board head first and dive in, because usually they're going to sit back, they're going to wait to see what you're doing. And I just want Coach K to know, and I don't know if I've told you that, I super appreciate the fact that you decided to not just jump on board, but you jumped in an airplane. Just feels like we just jumped out at 13,000 feet, the shit that you're doing. And I just want to thank you and give you the floor, my brother.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
See, he does stuff like that.
He does
it out.
Always. That's the Virgo in him.
No, but listen, man, dog, Biddy, this shit takes me back to my childhood, bro. This growing up, this the reason I'm in music is because of my childhood, man. Seeing the hustlers and the street dudes, you know what I'm saying? Really where I come from, and probably we all come from the same place, just different
That's
areas.
That's right.
I tell you all the time, man, all ghettos are the same, they just smell different. You know what I'm saying? But we all come from the same place. So growing up, there was no Fortune 500, black Fortune 500 companies. There wasn't you had, my friends, some of they fathers, they had fucking middle class jobs. You know what I'm saying? They work, and to us that was good. You know what I'm saying? So, the street cats, the hustlers, those are the guys you know what I'm saying, when you would go to the park and play ball, they pulling up in the cars, or when I had a job when I was 15. Me and my best friend, we went and got a job at this car wash, but the car wash was just a front for a gambling spot. So this is why all the hustlers came to gamble. You know what I'm saying? But they had all the fire ass cars. But man, it wasn't about we was only making $2 a car that we washed, $1 a car as we washed, right? It was when the hustler came out and his car was clean, and he just went in there and won 20, 30,000. He come out and say, hey, little man, here go 1,000. And he might say, here go the keys, man. Go ahead and take the car for a spin. You know what I'm saying? That was the shit that I just got. I love that shit, right? Not to mention my mom's best friend from college, man, her roommate from college. My mom's went to HBCU, Knoxville College in Tennessee. And her best friend, Denise, was from Harlem. You know what I'm saying? So growing up, my mother started taking me to New York at an early age. You know what I'm saying? They lived on 145th in Riverside Drive. But before they moved on 145th in Riverside Drive, they lived on 139th in St. Nick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I mean? So, going up there, it's so crazy. I would go to New York as a kid, and my mom and Denise, they go they would go out, they go to club, they be gone like the Studio 54 and like clubs and shit, and you know, come back, and I'll like my Denise's brother, you know what I'm saying? I'll be hanging out with him just as a little kid. He'd be watching me, but he'd take me to the parks, you know what I'm saying, to the Rucker, to the basketball games, and I got, you know, I really love that shit. So I started going in the summers. I used to go to New York, you know what I'm saying, and stay with Denise, you know what I mean? And my mom would take me up there, and just, this shit was like right in your face, you know what I mean? Like, I remember, bro, I used to go buy mixtapes. I love, to this day, I, you know, still love music, of course, but I would buy these mixtapes, man. And I remember like going to Willie's Burgers. It was a spot on 145th Street, you know what I'm saying? And seeing cats pull up in these, in like these Beamers and Honda Accord wagons with BBSs. And it was just, it was so saucy. It was so saucy that like, it's really like, when they say it was the show, it really was the show. It was like some shit you never seen before. You know what I'm saying? And that shit always, you know, at the time I couldn't, you know, like I was hustling, you know, as I got older, but I could never afford that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and really didn't even know where to go get that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? To be real, you know?
That's right. That's right.
You know, as I got older, you know, like I would go back and forth to New York. Even like when I was in college, man, I used to go out to have friends and shit. I used to always go up there and hang out and shit. Cause you know, I just love the culture. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? And I remember, bro, this is for real shit. My first like real car, I had it's 1990. Yeah, 1990. I had 1991. In 1991, I had a 1988 Cherokee, white Cherokee.
Ooh,
you know,
ooh,
I slammed some hammers on that shit, and I drove to New York just so. I drove to New York this is a true story. Drove to New York just so I could feel that energy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, pull up in Harlem. You know how they used to wash your cars from fire hydrants. You know, pulled over so I could get my car washed, hanging out. Pulled up to the Rucker, like just so I could feel that shit, man. That's a real story. A lot of cats don't even know that story. Just a couple of my friends know because we all jumped in the car, went to New York, man. Drove to New York, bro.
Listen, I want to say something here real fast. I don't want to stop you. I want to say something. When I was 18, I first got my driver's license. I was here in Atlanta. I went and rented a car, went all the way to New York, called my best friend, yo, I'm outside. Come across the street. We're about to go. I'm like, what are you talking about? I said, just come on. We left my crib. I lived across the street. We had what was the car called? It was I can't remember the name. It was a bullshit car, but we left there, and I said, yo, my nigga, I've always wanted to drive from 110th to 155th, but I want to be fresh to do it. And we drove down to South Street Seaport to Banana Republic and the Gap, bought outfits, got back in the car, went to the weed spot, bought some weed, rolled up, got to 110th Street, leaned the car back a little bit, put the tape on, and floated from 110th to 155th. Just going up the blocks like this, throwing up the peace sign like I'm really doing something, because that's how important the feeling was to me.
No, that's some real shit. I'm telling you, we drove to New York. Like, I want to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana. My city, like, you know, I did it. You know what I'm saying? But like, to go up there and do that shit was the shit, man. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, getting at nighttime, pulling up on, I want to say junkies. They was probably J's or junkies.
Yeah, they J's.
They were. But they washed the car. Man, you never had your car washed until you had, like.
That's right. Say it again.
Yo.
Say it. Yes.
Music blaring at nighttime. I mean, it's like 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. You know what I'm saying? Under the light, they wash it, and you just want to just roll. But I was a feeling that.
What about
That
the
shit
other
ain't-
cars that are in the? What about the other cars that are in the car wash getting washed? Tell me about that. Because you turn to the right, and there's an 850. You turn to the left, there's a Honda wagon. Turn
but it
around,
ain't. But it ain't.
M3.
You ain't at the, it wasn't a car wash. You on the street.
Right.
Yeah, you know, Biddy on the side of the street. You know what I'm saying? You right there on the block. It's like bam, bam, bam. Niggas just out there getting their car wash, just really just showing out. You know what I'm saying? Music blasting, girl. You know what I'm saying? And but just fresh. Fast forward, man. Biddy. I started watching, like, me and Biddy are really good friends, man. You know what I'm saying? We've been friends for a long, long time. You know what I mean? We got mad respect for each other. And we think a lot, you know what I'm saying, culturally on a lot of things. And people don't like, me and this brother, we talk a lot. You know what I'm saying? Just about life. We have really life conversations. I remember before I moved to Atlanta, I went to this party at this place called the Catfish Station. And I remember, this is some real shit. The first time I ever seen you, like, I remember you had on, you was fresh as hell though. You had on these Versace sneakers, man, but they was like, not like now. This one Versace was in Lenox. You know what I'm saying? And they looked almost like Cortez, but they had a V on them shits.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it was like, this was some rare shit. And I remember sounds like you was, you know, when you and your partner, like, damn, niggas fresh as hell. You know what I'm saying? This is like, man, this had to be like
97, 98, 99.
Nah, it is probably about 90, around 95, 96.
Okay. Sound about right.
Because I moved to Atlanta. I actually moved to Atlanta February 97. But I started really coming back and forth like 95. You know, this plant my move down for about 2 years, plant my move down what I was going to do. Because Alan, my partner, Alan Henderson, they got drafted by the Hawks, 90, 95.
Mm-hmm. I'm about to fuck you up. Go ahead, keep going.
And he started the label Hindu Entertainment. So I was coming back and forth before I finally moved. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's.
There
go your man right there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right here. So that's it, right?
Crazy.
That's the man right there. Yeah. Hindu Entertainment.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy. But but just fast forward though, I seen Biddy, posting start posting these cars and shit. Now, before that, I used to be online all the time looking at these cars, man, because really, I've been wanting one of these cars, but, growing up, I couldn't, he was hustling, but.
Couldn't afford that.
I couldn't. You had to be that guy to, coming out
like. Get one of the big boy joint. You might get a Honda Accord or something like that.
I didn't get a Accord. I got the poor man's Lexus, man. I had a 1995 Toyota Camry, silver, leather seats, they just came with that. They just came with that little kind of modern, the modern bike.
Yeah. I remember that joint.
I got that 95 joint, right? Gray leather interior, silver. But anyway, man, so I always was infatuated with that whole lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? And really wanted them cars, man. But so a couple years ago, I always used to be, on the computer, on my phone, just looking up cars. Like I'm gonna go ahead and grab me one. You know what I'm saying? Because I like vintage cars anyway. So my business partner, seeing me looking at them and shit, and that was 2 years ago. 2 years ago, he's like, man. He asked me one day. He said, "Man, you ain't bought one of them cars or nothing yet?" Because I was on the hunt. And I was like, "Nah, I ain't bought one." He's like, "All right, good." So I'm like, "Why this nigga talking about, good." So one day we was in Beverly Hills, and a car drove past. He said, "Man, you like them, don't you?" I said, "Hell yeah." I said, "Man, I'm thinking, I said, I was just looking at it. I think I'm about to grab one." You know what I'm saying? It was M6 though. You know what I'm saying? But he knows how much, he knows that, Paid in Full, one of my favorite movies and shit, right? So it was around my birthday. He's like, "Man, I got you something special, man." And he bought me that. He bought me an 80. He bought me that 89 M3, man, the convertible.
Wait! Don't do that. Don't do that. It's a special 89.
No, it's very special. No, it's very.
How many of them were made?
Convertibles. I know it's only 6 in the country, but M3 here only 657 was made. You know what I'm saying, on that line. You know what I'm saying? On the line, only 657. And that's total. That's between hard. That's between hard and soft. You know what I'm saying? But like the soft was very rare. They never the convertible never even got issued in the U.S. You know what I'm saying? So the European car, like you had to import that car. You know, so it's a very special car, man. So once I got that, you know, like, because I was going to either M6 or 850, right? Dead serious. And when I got that, I was like, sheesh. Like, I'm on now. You know what I'm saying?
On.
Fast forward. I want to
stop you for a second. Let me stop you for a second. Now, I didn't go to this event. However, I saw all of the background for this particular event. And there was a special event at Mars. What's the name of that spot again?
Which one?
The where they do cassette. District. Okay. So there was a party that happened once a month at District called Cassette, and there was a flashback, and it went back. And
for Kenny Burns' birthday. It was for his birthday.
Right, exactly. So it's Kenny Burns' birthday, and I'm on my Instagram, and I see this picture, and Coach K is in the 8-ball leather jacket.
I'm in rare form.
He is in rare form, and you got the Ron G playing, right?
Exactly.
Right. And I'm looking at this shit like, I ain't never even seen this car before. That's an M3 convertible? What the fuck is that? I've never seen that. I was like, oh, this nigga's really killing the game. God, damn this motherfucker.
I got a real live story, man. So when I got the M3, I posted it. You know what I'm saying? I'm leaning, I posted that shit. So everybody's like, damn. Greg Street jumps up in my comment. Oh man, that ain't real, man. You had that? Is that a conversion? No. Greg. No, Greg, you know everything too. So I had to bring, you know what I'm saying? Bring all my stats. So I hit him, bam. He's like, okay. You got that. But yeah, man, but Biddy, that was a fun night though, man. I ain't gonna lie, that cassette party, that's really what lit the fire up under me too. Then after that night, I was like, damn. I had so much fun. Oh, it was on. And then, like I said, Biddy started posting them pictures and shit. I'm like, man. Then I get a call. He's like, hey man, I'm putting together this club, man. Me and Mars, we already, you know what I'm saying? I was like, shit, how can I be down? You know what I'm saying? Fuck, fast forward 6 cars later.
Tell them what we got. Tell them what we got, Coach.
I mean, shit, we got the 1989 M3 convertible, E30. We got the 1987 M6 Shark Nose.
Ooh. We got
the 1990 735 IL.
Yikes. Big boy.
We got the 1992 530i Touring station wagon BMW.
Can't hear them. I can't hear. They're not talking.
1989 S. Well, we got the 1989 928 S4. Well back, you know, Scarface joint.
The Porsche. Scarface joint or the Risky Business joint.
Exactly.
And then
we got the 1990 560 SEC. Bam.
That's that Bobby Brown.
Bobby Brown. That's what we call it, the Bobby Brown, man.
That's the Bobby Brown.
And that's just half because Mars has a 500 SL black. I think he's about to make it black on black in a second.
Yeah.
We got a couple special Acura Legends. We got a 300 ZX. We got an E320 convertible that I'm going to drop out on niggas and fuck y'all up. Wait till I bust out on you. I swear to God. And we got a a BMW convertible 325i. We got a Maxima. We got an A40. We got another red Acura Legend that's about to get worked on. We got a GS300 that's about to get worked on. We got a 300C. We got a lot of cars. We got a lot of cars. We came for real. We're not playing with you.
No, not at all. Not at all.
So
not
so
at all.
let me ask you guys a question. More importantly, Biddy, because a lot of people ask me, "Yo, where do I start? Where is my entry point if I want a car? How do I find a car? Where do I go to look for a car?" Because the average person who's seeing us, they have no idea of where to go to look. So I know we got members on our team that are special for that. But Biddy, I mean, both of y'all answer the question. For someone starting to look, how can we help them get the car that they're looking for?
Okay, so what I will tell everybody is that it's not a simple, super easy process to do it. And you kind of got to have a little idea or knowledge of cars if you want to go out and do it yourself. Me, I suggest we do it. We'll find the car that you want at the best price that we can get it for. We'll do the work. The first thing we do when we buy a car is we send it to the right shop. And they're going to look under the hood and they're going to make sure that this car is worth investing in and bringing it back to life. Once the mechanic looks at it, he gives us the okay. He says, okay, I'm going to do this, 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 and that. This is what's going to cost. We let him do that. As we leave from there, the car goes to our leather guy and he updates the leather on the interior if it needs work. Most cars are going to need a leather upgrade. Very few cars, unless you're going high end and cars with low mileage, you're going to have to upgrade the leather on the inside of that car if you want it to feel like you want it to feel. After we do the leather, we send it to the paint guy. And the paint guy is going to bring that color back out. He's going to make it feel like pristine. After we paint the outside, then we're going to go and we're going to put a brand new stereo in there. These stereos that are in these cars, it's too old. So we like to bring you right up to 2021. And we put a stereo in the car that feels like the stereo that you buy if you bought a 2021. You're going to get that exact same feeling. You can play your music from your iPhone, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Our goal is, number one goal from our team of guys, that's Tommy, that's Trini, and that's Anthony. The number one goal is, on our side, is we won't sell a car if we won't keep it for ourselves. That's what we stand by. And as long as we give you a car that we know we'll keep yourself, you'll be happy with what we want to do. But you also have the option of going and finding your own car. And if there's something in the process that you need us to assist you with, we can do that. After we do the stereos, that's when we go to the last step and slap the rims on there. We try to stay back because I want to give the customer the option to decide what color rims they want, what kind of rims they want. My suggestion is always BBS, unless you're going high end like an M6, M3s, 560s, and cars of that nature. Some of those are good for BBS, but some of those are also good for a lot of other different kind of rims that are as dope as a BBS rim. Once we finish, we inspect the car, we go over it top to bottom, we drive it for a couple of days, make sure everything's in order, and we deliver it to the customer. And we make sure that they're satisfied and they're happy. And that's part of one of the things that we like to do here at the club.
So what cars fall in the category? Because remember the conversation we had a long time ago, me, you, and Ant, and we talked about what cars fall into the category, our category anyway.
When you say categories, cars that fit into the club?
Yes.
So since we're talking 80s and 90s classics, I'll start with Volkswagen, Hondas, Acuras, Lexus, Toyota, Benz, BMW,
Nissan.
Nissan. Yep. It's a plethora of cars. Alfa Romeo, Milanos. There are a lot of cars, but to be safe, play in the middle. Hondas, Acuras, Lexuses is what I suggest to a person who wants to get a car. to be in, and I don't need nothing over the top. My money's not like that. I suggest cars in that space as well as the Volkswagen because one, these cars are not very expensive to find. Two, these cars can take up to about 300 to 400,000 miles that they're taken care of. And so that's why we spend so much time on the maintenance of the car, under the hood. That's where we spend the most time. We do not want to leave that stage until that car is all the way up to par. And if it's not, then we're going to jump.
I just got the greatest man. My M6 just got delivered yesterday. Sent it to the car guy. One of our car guys, he said, check. He said, it's super tight and clean. He said, wheel suspension, new exhaust, and it will be a stunner. You know what I'm saying? I can clean up the engine bay and it will look nice. New clamps, new hoses, et cetera, et cetera. So, you know, got something.
Listen, if y'all see me, the next event is on March the 27th. I'm going to be driving one of two cars, a red E320 convertible or a blue M6 with that white interior. I'm coming through there like I was AZ because AZ had that joint. I'm coming through like that, like for real. I'm not playing with you.
So someone asked a question. They asked, what's the latest cutoff year for the club?
Okay, so I'm going to tell you that we're going to be stringent, but not too stringent, meaning that, so it's an 80s, 90s thing, but there are cars, for example, let's take one of Mars' favorite cars, the BMW 740, right? The BMW 740 came out in 1995 or 1996, one of those 2 years.
It was 94.
Okay, 94, there you go. 94, but they didn't change the model until 2001.
Yeah.
Or 2002.
Exactly. The 7 Series came out in like 87, bro.
No, but he's talking about...
Not the one you talking about. I'm talking about the next. I'm talking about the
740.
750.
About that 97. About that 97. 96, 97, right?
It was 94 to 2001.
2001, yeah, 2000. Yep,
okay. Yep. So that car goes into 2000. Those cars work. Another car that I'll explain that also works. The Buggy Eye Benz. That car didn't come out till like 1996, 97, 98, somewhere in there.
With goggles.
Yeah, that's right. But that car went to about 2005, somewhere around there. That car works. So as long as you're trying to stay as close as possible, I can't tell you that a 2010 is going to work. It's not going to work. That's too far. But I'll give you anything from 78 all the way up to about 2003, 2004 maybe. As long as you're in that range like that, you're fine. I want us to involve as many people as possible because the bigger this gets, the more things that we can actually do. And and this is going to go off subject just a little bit, so I won't stay long on it. One of the things, so anybody who knows me knows that I've been a promoter since I was in college. And it was like Coach K said about the music. I became a promoter because it connected me to the lifestyle of the things that I love most in life. I grew up learning, studying, watching the lifestyle. Me and my best friend, that's all we would do. We watch how people dress from head to toe, the pinky ring, how they would wear their chain inside their shirt and not show the piece that was under it. That's how much we were studying what was going on. So I became a promoter. And in the process of all being a promoter and all of those things, I dealt with and I learned a lot. But I also learned, and this is the point I wanted to get to, is that when you get to a certain age as an adult, you don't want to be in the club anymore. And so I was able to stay at Mars because this is what we do for a living. This is how we make money. However, as a consumer, you don't want to be in a club like that. So a big part of this also for me was I have a lot of friends who are 35, 40, 45, going into their 50s. They still want to have a good time. But guess what? There isn't anything really here that gives them a platform to have a good time. And we want to take the cars, merge it with the lifestyle, and put the fun in. I mean, grown-ups want to eat some food. They want to be able to sit down. They want to hear some vibes. They want to dance, have some drinks, and have a good time. And that's what we're providing. And we're going to do it in a manner that we're not going to keep it where it's just a meetup and we just look at cars and then eat and drink. There are several different things that are going to hit you this year that are just things that we feel like are fun for adults.
Got it. So somebody has a car, you know, they want the BBS rims. What do? They already got their car. They got their car already, but they want the rims. What do?
Okay, so I have a friend. His name is Jason. Jason, about 2 to 3 weeks ago, bought him a convertible 325. He said, "Biddy, I'm getting in the club." The next thing I know, he's on his Insta story in a 325. Last night he hit me. He said, "Yo, I've been trying to find rims. Where do I get them from?" Me. I said, "For real?" He said, "For real?" I said, "Yeah." I said, What are you looking for? What rims do you want?" He sent me the size and specification of what he wanted. And then I turned around and told him, "Let me go ahead, reach out to our manufacturer, get the rims. You can Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, or whatever the money. We'll ship the rims right directly to you."
Simple.
None of these things are complicated at all. We are here to assist everybody with any part of the process that goes through. We on our side, we're working to become masters of this space. There isn't a Black organization that I know about or I'm aware of that has taken it to a big space like if you ever watch the Motor Trend channel and all the things that these guys are doing. This is where we're going. We're not only going to go to that level, but we're also going to provide lifestyle for you as well. So it's a twofold thing that we're trying to do here. Might take some time. That's what we're here for. Now, if anyone has questions, anything you want to know, questions about the club, how do things work and everything, you can do it. So while you're thinking or you're sending your questions in, I'm going to make another statement also. So right now, I think we've got several members who have sent their money in. So on Thursday, March the 4th, we're going to invite all of our new members for an inauguration. And at this inauguration, the new members will be inducted into the Uptown Car Club, and they will receive a package of goodies that come with being a member. But the only way to get the package of goodies is to become a member. And membership has exclusive privileges. And as we grow, the privileges are going to get better and better and better. So I suggest, if you are interested, if you've been thinking about it, you don't have a car yet, there's no sweat. I keep telling you, this is not just about the car. This is about the lifestyle. That feeling that's missing, you want to get your energy up, that's what we're going to deliver to you. We're going to teach you how to get hype again, how to have some fun again. And not just be sitting in the crib all month, bored, going crazy, getting old. Nah, you get old when you get old. We're going to provide you a platform for some fun.
Yep. At the photo shoot that we took, someone's asking a question, then the question went away. So, someone asked a question. Can you throw that back in the chat real quick so we can get to it? Man, I was trying to get to the question, but it disappeared before I was able to read it and whatnot.
Okay. Hey, Ty, you're in there. When those questions pop up, baby, please do me a favor and text them to my phone or to Mars so that we can make sure that every person with a question, we definitely answer their question.
Someone said, "How many members do we have so far?" That was my man Rod. He got me and him. We was on the phone the other night rapping for about an hour. He got a 740 as well.
We got over 60 members right now.
That's good. That's good. I remember at the photo shoot when Trenny pulled up, he had the 850. I mean the 840 on his truck, and then Coach pulled up playing a Ron G tape. That Ron G tape ended up being the soundtrack for the whole photo shoot. Like, yo. After I looked at your stereo, I said, "Yo, man, hold up." Someone asked, Will you guys be having meetings? And the questions go away so quick, I couldn't get
No,
to it.
I got them. That's okay. I got them.
Okay.
The question was, what if you already have a car and need work? How can they support us? If you have a car and the car needs work, you can go to our Instagram page, Uptown Car Club, and you can DM. I look at the page all day long. I try to respond to every DM, every message, every question. I try to address it. Some days I might be a little busy, but most cases I try to check that thing probably once every hour and a half, 2 hours to make sure. We're here to help you. We've built partnerships around the city with different mechanics, different painters, different interior upgraders, different stereo companies. So whatever needs to be done for the car, we're studying that. And a lot of things you're going to learn in the process. And this is why I suggest you come to us to let us do it, because we're learning the process. And so we're running into all of the things that a person who may be just doing it one time is going to run into that could be a trap for you. And because we've already gone through it, we know how to work around these things. So we're here for that. Mars?
Now I was looking at my watch to see if there had any more questions that had come through.
Mr. Barnes, what about the affiliate members that may not have a car already or may not be looking to probably purchase a car within the near future? Will they have access to those goodie bags?
That's a very good question. You know what? You got me. I'm not going to make you a liar. I'm going to assume and say no. You're not. You're going to have access. You can have access to getting it because an affiliate membership it costs less than a regular membership, and so the reason that the affiliate membership is less than a regular membership is because you don't have to get all of the things that go with it. And one of the things that you get as becoming a member is a license plate. Let me just put that out there. And so if you don't have a car, and it's the most expensive part that we're giving the people. And so if you don't have a car, that would be defeating a purpose. But you will have access. You will get a membership card. You will get a certificate. You just have to, any of the other items that you like, you just have to buy them. And I'm sure that if you can DM me offline after this is over, I will better answer all of that for you so I can give you the accurate information that you're looking for. And I'm sorry I couldn't 100% give you the answer you want. So that's my fault.
Someone asked, will we be doing online events? That was the first portion of the question. I couldn't see the second half.
Let's see here.
You see the whole question?
Let's see the question. No, I don't see the question. I'm looking at my phone because Ty is texting us the question. She didn't do that one.
So the object is to be as outside as possible with respect to what's going on, because obviously COVID is still there. So we will do online information conversations like this, but for the most part, we are trying to do safe but fun activities outside. Literally, we have an event every month from March to March of next year. We have something locked in. You guys rock with us in our very first membership drive. We're going to do that every MLK Monday. So hold up.
I got the question.
Oh, you see it?
I got it.
Okay.
If you finish, then when you finish, I'll ask the question.
So again, the ultimate goal, everybody, is for us to take the party outside. So I'm being elusive because I can't let the cat out the bag, but we got some really cool stuff that's right under our noses, that's car centric, that's car related, that has been around us in the Atlanta area, that we're going to let you guys know. Basically from April on, get ready. From April on, just get ready.
Get ready. The fact. Okay, the question was, are we going to be doing any out of town events outside of the city of Atlanta? So Not necessarily in this first year. Because of COVID and all of those things, we got to be safe. At the same time, we have partners, if, for lack of better words, in New York, the BBS Boys; in Detroit, the BBS Boys; in DC, the 90s Era Car Club. There's also a new car club being put together in Baltimore. I've been on conference calls with all of these guys at different times, and one of the things that we've really discussed is finding a way to find a location that's in between New York and Atlanta, that we could all set something up for a weekend and everybody can meet there. I doubt that's something that's going to happen this year, but it's definitely something that we're planning on. We're going big here. We're not staying small. We're going big.
Someone just, a friend of mine just texted me asking, I'll hit you offline, but I'm just explaining to the audience, we need to help her find a particular car. So she's looking for a Porsche and whatnot.
What kind? Which one?
I'm waiting for her Porsche 911 or Boxster. She didn't give me the year. But so you guys can see the kind of activity that we go through every day. Biddy gets hit with 1 million car requests. Coach, same thing. Me as well. So the whole idea is to help everybody find that car that they've been lusting after from day one. My car is the 840. Y'all know that's with my car. But this is what we're doing. I'm seeing her response. 1985.
1980, Porsche Boxer wasn't available in 85. That thing didn't come out to the mid 90s. However, 911 is those. Okay, so the value of these cars are not going down. The value of these cars are going up. That means it's not a bad investment for you to have one of these. You pick the right car, you study what you're doing, you should be able to, in worst case scenario, sell your car for what you got it for. And that's in worst case scenario. If you get something good, I was watching a Motor Trend and I watched the M3 go for $257,000 because M3 is one of the most exclusive cars. It's very, very hard to get your hands on one of those. And the more money that you can get from them. So I tell people it's not like buying a new car because new cars are losing value. These cars will go up in value, and that is to your benefit.
Appreciate, not depreciate.
There you go. My man. My man. And that's one of the reasons why Coach is buying those cars that he's buying. The cars that Coach has bought they are extremely intentional because those are the cars that truly go up in value. That 560 SEC, that M3, that M6, those three cars right there are extremely exclusive and valuable cars. So you can also look at this as an investment. Another thing that for me
like
is
art.
There you go. It's like buying art. And so that's another benefit of taking part. You can have some fun, take care of the car, you can get some value. And who knows what you're going to get for it 5, 10 years from now. My best friend, he always back in the night, he always wanted the Range Rover. So I think around 2000 or 2002 or whatever, somewhere in there, he bought a Range Rover. So the other day, last week, I was at his house, and the Range Rover was just sitting there in the garage. It looked like it's dying, right? It needed some love. And I'm like, what are you going to do with it? He said, I thought this car was finished. I thought it was nothing. My wife told me, get the shit the fuck out the house. This car got some value on it right now. And so he's like, yo, as soon as we slow up a little bit, I'm putting this joint in the shop. I'm going to get it right.
I had that same one. I know which one you're talking about. I had a champagne color one.
I remember when you've had some classics, Mars. You've had some classics. You love a classic, though.
My favorite classic that I had that I'm mad that I got rid of was the G-Wagon.
That's right. You was tripping. You was tripping. You was tripping. But you didn't know. You knew, but you didn't.
Yeah. I didn't know what I know now.
You didn't know the rush. You didn't know the rush. The gold rush was coming.
I wish I'd have known. I would have kept it.
So
I didn't
Mars,
catch
was
it.
it silver or was it black? Was it silver?
It's silver.
It was
Silver.
silver.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, yeah.
That joint was pretty.
Yeah, silver.
Mm-hmm.
I was geeked. I bought it from Mercedes-Benz in Chicago on North Clark Street. I flew up on Friday, drove back Saturday morning, leaving Chicago at 4 a.m. I got back into Atlanta at 3 p.m., took it to Cactus Car Wash, got it clean, and went and spun at the Mark that Saturday, and I was geeked. I was geeked.
So that's the thing for me, right? Is that feeling, like, you know, that when you get that feeling that it just does it to you. And this is what we want to deliver to each and every member of the club. Our number one goal is customer satisfaction, not
Yeah,
money. We didn't even start this for money. We started this
yeah,
because we all need to have some fun. And
yeah,
then when we realized it, we said, okay, we need to serve people and we need to be the best at serving them. If we don't give them our best, throw the car, crash that car. We're not giving it to nobody if it ain't up to par. Period, point blank, period. Next month, the date is going to be either Saturday, March 27th or Sunday, March the 28th is our next meetup. I'm trying to do it for Saturday so that Mars does not have to miss it, because on Sunday he has to DJ from 3 to 6 o'clock, and I can't. We need our partner in the building at all times when we're doing events. So I'm going for Saturday. I have it closed in within the next 24 to 48 hours. It was important to get the right location with the right kind of parking lot that we could control, and you guys could really get to see these cars, look at them, take pictures, and do all of those things, because we want you to enjoy that part. And then we're gonna get festive, and we're gonna eat, we're gonna drink, and we're gonna smoke hookahs, and we're gonna dance, and we're gonna vibe out and give you the whole plethora of what's going on. And
yep,
that's pretty much it.
yep.
Any more questions?
I'm good.
Okay. Well, people, we are getting ready to close this out. We appreciate each and every one of you, from Kelvin to Justin to Michael to Peter to Brandon to Shamice to Nicole. Nikki, what up? To Rodriguez, to Yana Beasley, to Yuri, and all the
Yuri,
people.
what up, cuz? That's my cousin.
What up?
Yuri,
What up?
that's
What up? What up, cousin? What's up, gentlemen?
All right,
Yeah,
how you doing, brother?
Yeah.
Glad that you tuned in, and all the people that's watching on IG Live. I'm only going to say one thing on my side to end. Go to Uptown Car Club, click the link in the bio, and register for membership. It is only $99. But I promise you, after March 28th, it will not be $99 again. You will never see that number again. Lord, do it now, right now.